Hi, this is David Akindeleni presenting his week 2 scenario assignment for ITM326. In this assignment, we have three shows in SQL and a fourth one that is of the SSMS, this Microsoft Management Studio. In the first one, we are to identify all the user tables, run a query using the sys table. In the second one, we are to identify the maximum columns in the user tables because there was a scenario whereby there was a column that was not large enough to contain the data. And in the third one, we are to identify our heavy hitters. So I'll go ahead and this each of these shows has been put in a different scenario file. This is show two, show one, and we have show three. So I'm going to start with show one. We've been asked to use the Worldwide Importers Database and the Bowling League example database. I have chosen as my database the school scheduling exam database, and the reason be that is because I am working on a database management system for schools and colleges in my area, so that I would learn from that sample database. So I'll go ahead and run down where to show the type, the name, the type, and the date created and the date modified of each of the user tables. And so I'll go ahead and run the query for that of the worldwide importers. And the query has returned as 48 databases, and that is expected for the nature of that database being a worldwide importers database. I'm just going to, okay, I'll do the same for the bowling example and run those two. And we just have 9 databases here, user databases. And finally, for this show scenario, I will do the one for the school scheduling. And we have 21 databases for the school scheduling. In the second scenario, like I said earlier, we had a situation whereby a column length was not adequate to accommodate the data that was put in there. I'm going to be querying the sys tables and the sys columns um, views and I've now joined the sys column view to that on this object ID. And we're going to search for where the columns has name in them and they're also user bases. So I'm going to search for the worldwide users first and execute those. Okay, my sorry, I didn't quite highlight that completely. Okay, and we have when we're looking at the maximum length here, we have two that are 40. So those are danger signs. We need to identify those and probably, and not probably, we need to increase those lengths. Moving on to the bowling league ones, run those two. We just have three, and they are sufficient. They're 100 in length, and we go into the scheduling, school scheduling. I almost said scheduling schools there. Okay, and here we have some that are 50 buildings, some staff name, last name, staff name. Definitely, I think we should increase the 50 ones to a higher number, maybe 70 or 80, just to be game beyond the safe side. And the semester days are 20. Just again to be on the safe side to prevent us having to do this again, we could make that 40. I'll go to the, and so that completes the show scenario for show two scenario. We move on to the show three scenario, And this is where we have to identify our heavy hitters. These are the databases that are large. Again, I'll be querying the sys database and join the sys master files to it. I'm selecting all the databases, the three databases at once, and checking for the ones that their size are greater than 1024 bytes, which is 1 megabyte. Starting again with the first scenario to find out those sizes are executed, and we have them listed. We have 7 there. 4 of them are exactly 1 megabyte, but we have some high ones. Of course, is the worldwide importers, so that is expected. And now we're asked to calculate the total size of the databases. What's their total sizes? They have more than one table in each in of those databases, so we're to calculate the total size. I'm going to again, as you can see, the sites in the databases are given in 8 kilobytes. And so multiply that size by 8 and then divide it by 1024 to get the size in megabytes, which is the one that we're supposed to do. The first scenario we done was just showing the size naturally. The one showing down here is showing the size in 8 kilobyte pages. So I'll run this now, we'll get the sizes in megabytes, and we have those three databases. Okay, the total for each one of them, of those all their databases, these are the sizes. Okay, and we have to go into where the data is stored. As you can see from my screen here, I'm in C programs, MSQL server, MSQL 15, blah blah blah, and in the data folder. And let's look at the bowling. We have two files on the bowling league, and we'll take both and check the properties of that. Oops, I just unchecked that. Okay, check the properties of that, and we have 60 megabytes. If we return to our query output, we can see bowling is 60 megabyte. We do the same for the school scheduling example, and so scroll down here, excuse me, and we go school scheduling, and when we check the properties again, and we have 16 megabyte, which is again the same as we have. And just so that we do this in one more time, we look at the worldwide. He has just a little over 3 gig, and so go back to our and worldwide, that should be at the very end. We have 3 databases there, so I'm just going to take the whole 3 databases and check their property, and we can see we have 3 point, sorry about that, we have 3.09 gig on those databases. In the assignment, we were asked to take a look at any of those views that was listed, take a closer look, and we had to show 2 items in those databases that might be of use to us. I've chosen the sys database view, and if I just scroll down a little bit, you can see that we have 2 things that I feel would be of importance to in future is the user access. um, you can see here that we have 3 user access settings: multi-user, single user, or restricted user specified. I really feel that that is definitely database access is crucial in a database, so that field will be of worth to us in the future. Another field that I feel would be of worth to us is the state field. You can see the value, it's online, is restoring, is recovering, and all these values that are listed here. There are times we need to check the state of our databases. Maybe we have some problems with them, or we can have queries running on them, so that we see, identify situations that might cause us problems before they occur. And that would complete our show for in this scenario. And thank you for watching those.